I love being in the kitchen. Long time ago I would have had guilt towards that. It's just not how you should live your life. This is pretty much my go-to recipe at the moment. It's just half to a full banana, 2 eggs and a serve of protein, and I also add a little bit of gluten-free flour just to make it a bit thicker of a mixture. So that's the pancake batter. So I'm trying out the TikTok trend of pancake cereal. So this is just where you get pancakes and make them into tiny little pancakes like cereal and top them with butter and maple syrup and whatnot. So I'm trying pancake cereal. It was taking too long, so I'm just gonna make the rest of the mix into normal pancakes, but I thought I'd try this anyway. They're all cold though. That was good, but too much effort. So yeah, they took way too long to make such a small amount, so I decided to just make my regular pancakes with the rest of the batter. Also, for my pancakes, I always sort of flavour some yogurt. So I've got my protein white chocolate drops, and that's what I'm flavouring this Chobani Greek yogurt with today. So this is pretty much how I always make my pancakes. Layers of yogurt in between, top them with some berries, a bit of maple syrup or honey. I use maple syrup for this one, some cinnamon, and voila, enjoy. That's more like it. First time at the beach. That's it. Juby, come here. Come here. What are you doing? Hola. Back in the kitchen. Seems like all my videos take place here, so here we are. This is my favorite part of the house. I love being in the kitchen anyway, so anywho, I'm doing some recipe testing today for my ebook coming soon. But making cookies, I made them yesterday, so I'm just gonna remake the recipe but with a few adjustments and see if they can be any better or worse. So yeah.
So guys, I'm gonna be making some weed brownies, so let's get into it. So I've been using this book to jot down my recipes as I make them, adjust them. So just gotta check everything. Hi everyone, I'm recipe testing the chocolate chip cookies. So because I'm recipe testing, the ones I made last night were vegan without egg, but I want to try some with egg, and I also used gluten-free flour last night, so I want to try some with plain flour. So these both have plain flour now. I've just separated the mixture so that I can do 2 different things at once without having to make a gajillion cookies per each time. So this one has egg in it, this one doesn't. So we're gonna test them out and see what happens. And I also added baking powder and baking soda today, so we'll see if that changes anything. And if the plain flour versus gluten-free plain flour makes a difference, because I think gluten-free flour is a bit more dry, so maybe the cookies will be more moist without it, but hopefully they work just as good. Almost forgot, I need to add the chocolate chips. Okay, so I'm just going to test one each rather than doing the whole batch, just to see first. Okay, so I managed to burn them because the oven was way too high, so good thing I only put one in at a time, because now I can use the others. But interesting, this puffed up way more. That was the egg one, I think, and this is the big one. This one's definitely more flat out. Okay, this is the not burnt ones. Vegan,
with egg, and I think I'm preferring these ones. These ones just seem too cakey. Okay, so there's 3 different kinds. These ones are with eggs. These ones are the vegan with no egg, but with half flour, half almond meal. And then these are the vegan, but with a bit more almond meal than flour, because I wanted to try that out. So I have to decide, based on the ones I've tried today, what I prefer and what I'm going to make the recipe as. Just as a close-up, these are the vegan but more almond meal than flour. So these ones, not those ones, and I do like those ones. They are a bit of a healthier alternative, so we'll see. I'm not gonna lie, I feel a little bit sick from taste testing so many cookies. I mean, the sacrifices I'm making for this ebook, eating so many cookies, you know, some days you eat lots of cookies, some days you don't, and that is okay. But I'm gonna have a lie down now, get some energy back, because I'm having a sugar crash, and then I'll probably go on a run or do a workout later if it's too rainy outside. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing for the day. Not really much. I just wanted to share the little recipe testing process. At the moment I've got about I've got 3 other recipes that I'm pretty happy with. They might just need trialing maybe once more. So I've got a meal recipe that I'm happy with and 2 other desserts. So I need to work on a few breakfasts and a few meals now, and I'm trying to set up the website, so that's all in motion for the ebook. So it's all getting there. There is still a lot of work and a lot of time to go, but I will let everyone know once it's ready and it's getting close. So hope everyone's excited. It's just a little taster ebook, and then I am planning on doing a bigger one after that. So there's quite a few ideas that I have for recipes, but I have to decide which ones to put in the taster and which ones to save. So I also have to decide that. But yeah, I'm excited. So hope everyone else is too. And yeah, here's to eating all the cookies. Yummy. So it's a few days later, and I've been editing the video, and I wanted to talk about something else in this video, just basing off the footage. I wanted to talk about eating foods that aren't deemed as health foods or healthy, but not having guilt towards it. So I made pancakes and I made cookies in this video, and this week I've had pizza 2 nights in a row, like a homemade pizza 2 nights in a row. I've had, you know, all the foods, and a long time ago I would have had guilt towards that, and I would have felt like I had to work it off, or I didn't deserve it if I didn't do exercise, or it would have stressed me out a little. But I'm at a point now where I don't feel guilty for having, you know, foods like that. I try and aim for healthier alternatives and healthier options, and then sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have takeout, sometimes I have, you know, regular pizza or whatever, or burgers or cookies. It's just releasing that food guilt and not feeling like there are good and bad foods, just that there's more nutritionally good for you, nutritionally dense foods, and less nutritionally dense, less nutritionally beneficial for you foods. But it doesn't mean there's good and bad foods. There's just different types of foods, and all food is good. I think you need to have all types of food to live your life fully, because it's all about balance. I learned from experience, depriving yourself of certain foods and certain types of foods only leads to sort of binge eating, or it's just not how you should live your life. Life's too short to not have the cake and have the cookies and the ice cream and things like that. And for me, food is quite a social thing. So like my boyfriend and I will sit and share a tub of Ben & Jerry's, and that's like our little treat sometimes, and that's a social thing. And if I was to say, oh no, I don't want to do that sort of thing, then I wouldn't get to have those moments. Or for example, sometimes family dinner night, we have pizza night, and for me to say, oh, I don't, you know, not going to eat that, blah blah, would remove me from enjoying that social setting and the food in that setting. So I just wanted to talk about that and talk about how you should eat all the cookies and the pancakes and not feel guilty for it. Also recognize that one day you might eat 5 cookies because you're recipe testing like I did, but then the next day you might not have any, and you might not have any for a few other days, and it really varies, and that's okay. And that's not something that
you should feel guilty about. Probably do a whole video on how I sort of got to the mentality of not feeling guilty about food and releasing that food guilt. And I could probably do a whole video on my journey with food and my journey with my body, things like that. So I probably will. It is something that I know is pretty common, especially when there's so many, when you hear so much in the media about health foods and what's good for you and fat makes you fat and blah blah blah, and you kind of fall down that rabbit hole of thinking that you can't eat certain foods to be healthy, you can't eat certain foods to lose weight, you can't eat certain foods to achieve your goals, you can't eat certain foods otherwise you put on weight or you'll get acne, or I don't know, anything like that. And it's so wrong. I mean, I'm the happiest in my body. Part of that comes from just releasing that food obsession and food guilt and enjoying a good balance of both. So yeah, so definitely something to keep in mind and something I wanted to chat about, but like I said, I could talk about it for a while. So hope that helps. Hope that you can sort of see videos of people eating pancakes and cookies and not feel like, oh, I wish that was me, or sort of understand that you should allow yourself to enjoy those things too. But yeah, anyway, I may as well outro the video now. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Sorry I didn't post a video last weekend. I just wasn't very inspired, so I didn't want to post a video that I was kind of like not keen on and just kind of doing it for the sake of it. So yeah, I thought I'd wait until I had some content that I liked and wanted to put out there. And also follow me on Instagram at Liberty Bunny. My ebook is coming very soon. I've been working hard on it, so stay tuned. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
It's weird, my smoothies always match my tights. It's so weird. It's so funny.
Why are you so mean?